Welcome to SEC Country, where today the Bobcats again look to play the role of spoiler as they did 2 weeks ago in their season-opening triple overtime win at Ohio. The mountain to climb tonight, though, was much taller as Texas State looks for an upset of the 24th-ranked Arkansas Razorbacks coming off of an overtime win of their own. Bobcats a three-man defensive line and 3-4 defense. Handoff on the stretch. Williams trying to cut back to his right. Graham is there to lead the charge. And again, gang tackled on Yama also into the play. A loss back to the 10. It's 3rd and goal. Out of the shotgun, Allen first time tonight. Takes a snap. Bobcats rushing 4. Pass far side. It is caught. Touchdown at the RN Razorbacks by Keon Hatcher. And Arkansas strikes first. Watts comes in motion out of the backfield. Jones to throw. Gets a 4-man rush. Pass caught far side across the 30 and to the 35-yard line. Eric Luna. They'll give him 9 3/4 yards. Second and short coming up. Quad receivers left. One receiver short side right for Jones on 3rd and 5. Takes a snap, fires, pass caught by Mayberry, has blockers, trying to get to his left, but not enough room is there. Plenty of Razorbacks into the play. Andre Tolliver was the one who shed the block and made the tackle to 43. And the Bobcats are short by 3 yards, they'll punt. Backfield for Jones, 2 receivers, short side left, trips right, 3rd and 5 to zone 40. Claps for the snap, Arkansas rushing 4. Jones pressured and is unable to escape a sack. Back at the 30-yard line, Dietrich Wise, his 15th career sack, and the Bobcats go 3 and out. Bobcats rushing 3. Allen has time, fires middle, passes tipped and incomplete. How about Gavin Graham getting a paw on that to make the play? And the Bobcat defense forces a 3 and out. Bobcats a 3-man line, drop 8 in coverage. Allen steps up, delay blitz, pass middle, bobbled it incomplete. Eastling defending there against Morgan. Razorback fans want a flag. That was really good defense by Eastling. 4-man rush Arkansas. Jones flicks a pass near side, picked off. Pulley inside the 15-10 end zone, touchdown Arkansas. 2nd and 10 for their own 48. Back to the dime behind Allen, steps up, pressured, ball is out. Bobcats jumping for the football. Who's got it at the Razorback 42? Cats say they do, and they've got it at the Arkansas 43. Texas State's football. 30 minutes in the books from Fayetteville, and the Arkansas Razorbacks have flexed their SEC muscle. Your score at halftime, Arkansas 35, Texas State nothing. 3rd and 8 for their own 27. 2 receivers stacked either way. Jones at empty backfield. Calls for motion from Mayberry, left to right, fake to him. Pass near side, caught by Schrade, turns upfield, leans forward, and he's got the first down up to the 35-yard line. Jones takes a snap. Here's a 4-man rush for Arkansas. Pass middle, caught by King on the run. 45, Arkansas 40, out of bounds. Inside the 35 of the Texas State sideline, the 34. From 39 yards out. The snap from Lange, the set down by Prince. The kick is up by Sherman, a sidewinding kick, but finds its way through the uprights, and it is good. And the Bobcats are on the board. The final seconds tick off the 4th quarter clock, and this ball game comes to an end. Arkansas dominant from the start as the Razorbacks improved to 3-0, handing the Bobcats their first loss of 2016. Final score from Fayetteville, Razorbacks 42, Bobcats 3.
We're not into boundaries because curiosity is endless. We're not perfect. We don't expect you to be. Together we'll grow and learn and build a bigger you, a stronger you. Texas State University, a better you.
At Pizza Hut, we've got a carry-out deal just for you. Any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. You want a large hand-tossed pepperoni and mushroom? $10. Or maybe you're a large pan supreme kind of person. $10. Thinking about a combination of your own? Well, that's $10 too. That's any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. And get stuffed crust for just $2 more. This $10 carry-out deal ends soon, so hurry to Pizza Hut today.
It's showtime. shaking as I stomp feet on it. So many cats pass, put a dime piece on it. My destiny ahead of me, while I sleep on it. Searching for my purpose, tell the light beams on it. I'm losing my mind, heart racing.
Just like fire, burning up away. If I could light the world up for just one day, watch this madness, colorful charade. No one can be just like me anyway. Just like magic, I'll be flying free. I'ma disappear when they come for me. I kick that ceiling, what you gonna say? No one can be just like me anyway. Just like fire.
A little bit about, go back a little bit to Saturday, obviously playing a challenging opponent, now a top 20 opponent on the road in Arkansas was, I thought, a good game for our players. It kind of gives you a judge when you're playing an elite opponent to see where you are, how your kids react to playing on the road and playing that type of opponent. I will tell you this, there were some good things that we got out of the game. I felt like defensively we fought really hard. We didn't do things right all the time, but I thought we played tremendously hard on defense and tried to attack Arkansas, which is obviously a talented offense. Offensively, we didn't do as well. I didn't think we took the challenge offensively, and I felt like we, especially up front, we've got three seniors up front that we should be better and doing things better up front in the offensive line, and we're not. And we got to get better at that. Got to get better at safety on defense. But I thought overall our defense did some good things. Special teams wise, I felt like we did some good things. So. I felt like our punt net was good. We did a nice job of covering punts. We got to work on some things in protection. Kickoff coverage, we did some good things. Got to get better at kickoff return and some other areas there. But to be able to go on the road and play an opponent like that, I felt like that was good for our football team. And obviously we get to play at home for the first time, which is nice to be able to play at home and get a chance to have an unbelievable crowd, hopefully, here. Looking forward to it, to play a top 10 team. I've challenged our coaches. I've challenged every one of our assistant coaches, and I've challenged myself is to play our young guys, get them on the field. And I keep asking, I ask the question to our staff meeting, who are we saving them for? Who are you saving them for? So let them play, let them earn, let them get knocked around, beat around, let them learn how to play in environments that are, nice and big stadiums and that type stuff. So when you get to conference play, it's not the first time they've been out there. So our objective is to get them out there. I mean, we've got some guys that we still want to try to get out on the field. And what happens as coaches, as assistant coaches, sometimes you go, he's not quite ready, he's not quite ready. Well, let him make the mistakes now. Let him go learn and get stuff on tape now so we can go correct it so he can be a better player in 3 weeks. So that's, again, I'm still challenging to get more guys out there, more of our young guys out there on the field. I think our offenses are real similar. I think they've got more talent than we do on offense right now, but I think we do a lot of the same things, and I have an idea what they want to try to do. The quarterback position is real important in this offense, and they got one that can run it and throw it and does a really good job of operating their offense. So, there's some things that, I know what he likes in some cases. I know he wants to be physical and run the football. I know he wants to use tempo, just like us. And so, yeah, there's some things that going against Tom and working, at Ohio State, you kind of, it's not like playing against somebody you don't know. There's a lot of value to playing top quality opponents. I mean, I think trying to learn more about your team when you play teams that are elite teams, I really believe that's a positive for our program. When you play teams that don't really stress you or don't, people say, here's a W, here's a W. I mean, that to me doesn't help you evaluate your program and where you want to get to. So I like playing top quality opponents. I don't necessarily like playing them back to back, but I do like playing top quality opponents.
This Saturday, the Bobcats host the 6th-ranked Houston Cougars at Bobcat Stadium, the highest-ranked opponent Texas State has ever played. This coming a week after the Bobcats took on 24th-ranked Arkansas in Fayetteville. But the Bobcats are not the only Sunbelt team to play the role of David trying to take down Goliath. Let's go back and look through the first 3 weeks of the 2016 season to see how the Sunbelt has fared against some of college football's power programs. And we start in week 1. Appalachia State took on 9th-ranked Tennessee in Knoxville and nearly came away with an upset, but the Volunteers won in overtime over the Mountaineers. However, just 2 days later, the Sunbelt got that win over the SEC as South Alabama knocked off Mississippi State 21-20 there in Starkville. Fast forward to week 2, and the Sunbelt got a near monumental upset of the 2nd-ranked team of the country, Clemson, as Troy went into Clemson, South Carolina to take on the Tigers, a team that played in the national championship game last year. Clemson, however, hung on for the victory 30-24. Just this past week, the Sunbelt got a near upset again of a top 10 ranked team as Georgia State, a 36-point underdog, battled tooth and nail with the 9th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers in Madison. In fact, the Panthers led 17-13 with under 10 minutes to go in the game. However, the Badgers pulled it out with a 23-17 win over Georgia State. So the Sunbelt's only win so far this season over a Power 5 school was South Alabama's over Mississippi State. However, the conference is yet to establish a win over a ranked opponent this season. The Bobcats take their shot this Saturday at 6 p.m. against number 6 Houston at Bobcat Stadium.
We're the 4 Escobars, and this is our sauce. 4 Escobars barbecue sauce is definitely a family business. It was created right in my kitchen. My 10-year-old son even helped design the label. And then everyone I knew started asking for gallons of it. When HEB named it the Quest for Texas Best Finalist, I knew it was something special. Now our sauces are in HEBs everywhere. Having HEB support has been great for our business and Texas barbecue. We're the 4 Escobars, and this is the Best in Texas department at HEB.
Look for these and other great Primo picks at HEB.
At Pizza Hut, we've got a carry-out deal just for you. Any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. You want a large hand-tossed pepperoni and mushroom? $10. Or maybe you're a large pan supreme kind of person. $10. Thinking about a combination of your own? Well, that's $10 too. That's any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. And get stuffed crust for just $2 more. This $10 carry-out deal ends soon, so hurry to Pizza Hut today.
Texas State's inspiring spirit begins with the freshmen. The event Bobcats Are Proud is an event encouraging all incoming students to learn Texas State's traditions.
Bobcat Proud is part of our Bobcats preview program. We bring the freshmen into our stadium and we teach them kind of our traditions and some of the special things that it means to be a Bobcat here in Texas State. We think it's important for them to get integrated with the football team and the cheerleaders and know what it means to be a Bobcat and some of the traditions that makes our school so unique.
Make sure you understand your importance, all right, to our success is you getting in the stands early, being loud, and staying the entire ball game.
I think it absolutely encourages the college experience for the freshmen because it's a great opportunity for them not only to get acquainted with our football team, but they meet each other and they get that school spirit and that happy feeling of being in a college town and being able to come to tailgate at our games and watch our D1 football program. It was very successful this year, and it's a whole new atmosphere here in San Marcos, and I think they were really lucky to be able to experience that. The Star is a new tradition that we've formed. It allows the freshmen to fill in the shape of a star that we make with ropes, and they're able to look back on it for years to come and say, hey, that was something I was a part of. It's the only time that they'll have the opportunity for the whole freshman class to be pictured in one. And my part of that was I was able to stand in the middle of the star, and it was special for me because I'm going to look back on that, and it's going to remind me of what happened here at Bobcats preview and during our event. And I was able to talk to the freshman class and get to know them and tell them what it means for me to be a Bobcat and why they should be super excited to come out with a bunch of energy and support on our team.
We talk about all the time, all we care about is us and what we do in this room and then how this room can spread to the other rooms, right? So as we're sitting in the staff meeting today, so what happens is Coach Withers meets with some captains, some leaders, some different guys with AB, we've talked about this, and has a word of the week, kind of a message for what's good for our team at the time. And then he shares it with the staff, and then we sit down and we talk about it. We got all kind of little things we write down. Coach says, hey, we talked on Sunday how that went, right? We, go these guys, this guy, right, this guy. What are you doing for our team? How does it play out? And then we talked a little bit more about kind of what the makeup of our team is right now and how it can improve, change. What does it mean for us? And I thought one of my notes I wrote down who on our team makes other people better. That's it. Hey, new wideouts, get a new group. Tighten it up, right? Because I want to drive off that foot, right? I still don't hear you. I just told him he's the only guy doing it. So that way he knows it and we're going to let him just go in. That's it. Hey, LG.
Right here. Go. Right here. Go.
Get him in 2 reps. Give him 2 reps. You see Melton on that last one there? Leaning, man. We're just leaning. What do you do? Lock in. Let's go. Lock in. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Game reps. Give me a look. Get all the way down right here. See on this way, I've got nothing on it. Sink your hips. See how low my hips are? Low. And now what we're doing is we're looking at the next guy, right? If I say, hey, I'm going to this one. Which one are you going to? That's it. Hey, Hal. Violent, man. Violent, physical. You hear what he said, though? No false step. That's all we got. Let's weight on the outside foot. So you can just gain ground with no false step. Right now. Go get another one. Get a bunch of reps, because you're going to do this today, and I want to see you do it. No. Watch this. Here's what happens. Now, this guy walked down in the gap last time. That's it. Nice! Go! I see you lose. Reset him. Don't hop. Hands tight. Roll the ball. Next two. Top end. Run. No. Hands wide. Go again. Go again. Go again. Go again. Hey, both hands have to strike inside the 1 and the 3. You can't hit shoulder pads. You got to hit breastplate. Let's go. Jump in. Reset. Reset. Work them. Work them. Work them. Work them. Get upfield. Get upfield. Get upfield. Hey, I don't like that now. So who's up? Just getting 1 rep, 1 line. Everybody gets 1 of this. I know it's hot. We got to play though. We got to play.
Hey Bobcats, make sure to show your love and follow the Bobcats on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and their YouTube channel.
How do you show your Bobcat pride? Now you can show it off and keep your money here at Texas State, because whenever you buy at the University Bookstore at Texas State, that money stays here on campus. Apparel, books, gifts, and much more. Online or in the heart of Bobcat country, find it, get it, and keep it on campus. University Bookstore at Texas State, your bookstore.
Welcome back to The Path. We are in the 4th week of the college football season, and the Bobcats are finally playing a home game as they host the 6th-ranked Houston Cougars this Saturday at Bobcat Stadium. For more on Saturday's game, we are joined over the phone by Kevin Eschenfelder, Cougars radio play-by-play man from the Houston IMG Sports Network. Kevin, looking at this Houston football program, took the college football world by storm this past year, going 13-1, a season capped off by the win over Florida State in the Peach Bowl. Already 3-0 so far this season, including a marquee win in the opener over Oklahoma. Things are going great right now, so how would you describe the state of the Houston Cougar program?
The state program would be excellent right now. It's they're just a really good football team. Whenever they were playing in Cincinnati last week, they were down in the fourth quarter, as a lot of people know and watch that game. But they play with a great deal of confidence, and they're very talented. And last week we really saw that just kind of how talented they were whenever they were down going in the fourth quarter and end up running off 28 unanswered points and winning a really I think people don't understand how difficult of a place that is to play in Cincinnati last week. And it gives you an idea just where the program is, though. But they're a good football team. They're obviously number 6 in the country, and certainly helped winning the opener against Oklahoma and got a lot of people's attention around the country, and really started with the Florida State win in the Peach Bowl.
Kevin, the first player people think of when they think about Houston is Greg Ward Jr., their quarterback, a converted wide receiver, but really came on strong as a full-time starter a year ago at quarterback under Coach Herman. And you look at the way that he's playing so far this season, some people believe he's a dark horse candidate for the Heisman Trophy. What makes him such a unique and dynamic player?
He's experienced now as a quarterback, and then before he was a really good athlete that played quarterback, and now he's a really good quarterback that's a really good athlete. He's really learned the game. He's really learned that position, and he was one of those guys that you just had to get him on the field. When he started there at Houston, he was a backup to another freshman, John O'Corn, the kid that's a backup now at Michigan, and he was just such a dynamic player that you had to get him on the field. They put him in a wide receiver spot, and eventually, obviously, made his way back to being that quarterback, and they put him back in. He's never left it, but he extends plays. He's not a run first guy, but if he needs to run, obviously, that's where he can be very, very dangerous. Where he's really changed, I think, is his ability to hang in the pocket and let plays develop. And instead of just taking that first instinct as soon as there's trouble to take off running, he's a guy that'll sit there. He's throwing for 300. It seems like he throws for 300 yards every week. Everybody thinks of him as a runner and that type of deal, but he's a very good passing quarterback. And again, a tough guy to prepare for.
Kevin, the Bobcats have played against some really good front sevens on defense so far this season against Ohio and Arkansas. I look at Houston and I see more of the same. You look at the defensive line, a star in the making in Ed Oliver at nose tackle, some veterans at linebacker, a great defensive coordinator in Todd Orlando. What can we expect to see from this Houston defense on Saturday?
They're very aggressive. They will throw. They don't just sit back and wait for you to see what you're going to do. I mean, last week in Cincinnati, I think Cincinnati had 2 yards rushing going into the fourth quarter. They ended up with 30 yards rushing. They've allowed just a little over 100 yards in 3 games on the ground. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty amazing. It gives you an idea just how good they've been against the rush. They make you one-dimensional, and then in that one dimension, if you go back to pass, they will bring you people from a lot of different positions and a lot of different areas, and they make it very difficult in that. They'll force turnovers in that regard, and they're tenacious on the defensive side. The last 3, basically, you think about the Florida State game, Dalvin Cook had 33 yards rushing. One of the best running backs in the country. Samaje Perine and Joe Mixon from Oklahoma combined for 70 yards. Those are 3 really good running backs. Gives you an idea just how they can shut down the run. But they'll do it in a lot of different ways, that's for sure. And they'll come at you in a lot of different. They apply a lot of pressure.
The stakes are high for Houston every time the Cougars take the field. This is a team trying to crack the college football playoff as a Group of 5 program. Just how big does every game feel right now for Houston?
They're huge, and but that's what I know. There was a quote from Tom Herman, something to the effect of, you've earned the right to be the hunted. Now prepare. You have to prepare for that honor, and it is. There's zero room for error. Everybody knows that, and you can't look ahead to Louisville at the end of the season. And their mantra has been go 1-0 this week, and it sounds cliche, but it's something that they've lived. There's a lot of pressure each and every week, but that's why you play, and that's why you let's face it, Houston's going to be the biggest game of the year for just about everybody they play, and it's going to be the highest rated opponent for everybody they play, with the exception maybe of Louisville, and you got to be ready for everybody's best shot. And not only do you have to win, you have to win with some style points, and I don't think they're worried about that. They just want to win the game, but that's something that I think they relish. It is a lot of pressure each and every week.
Texas State and Houston played each other last year. Of course, the game the Cougars won handily there in Houston, but this coming Saturday, the Bobcats playing in front of their home crowd. New coaching staff in place, led by Everett Withers, the head coach. And the Bobcats already have one upset win this season, beating Ohio in the season opener. As you look ahead of this game on Saturday, what are you expecting out of the matchup?
I think just talking with Tom Herman yesterday, he and Everett Withers are good friends, and Tom Herman coached at Texas State. I think, what we've seen so far from Texas State and what we've seen so far from Houston, I think it's going to be a very physical team that you're going to see in Houston. That's, I think, one of the misnomers of people that haven't seen the Cougars play. You think about it, I guess you think run and shoot and Andre Ware and those guys throwing it all over the place and spreading it out. Houston's a very physical football team. They run the football first and foremost, and they stop the run first and foremost. So I think you're going to see a very physical football game. And I've heard good things. I haven't seen Texas State play. I saw them play a few plays against Ohio, but that was about it. But I think you're going to see a well-played game, and it should be fun.
Thanks again to Kevin Eschenfelder, and that's going to do it for this week's episode of The Path. I'm Brant Freeman, reminding you that this party in the end zone is just getting started. We'll see you next time.